This video is going to look at places in each stage where you can put environmentals that are hard to get to, but are still permitted based on the new environmental hanging rules. We'll look at what you can expect from players at each stage. Hanging may be banned, but difficult placements can still make environmentals very punishing. It'll also show you ways to prevent hard environmental placements. Starting on Palace, you can place an environmental in the middle bridge area. Just make sure that you do not place it on a spot where it can't be picked up. People looking to prevent these placements should break the bridge at the beginning of the match on both sides. This won't stop people from using special jump skills to place environmentals there though. There are also ways you can still jump to the bridge to place or retrieve the environmental. It is easier to do it with certain characters than others. Meister appears to have a little more trouble than the protagonist and some other characters. It's recommended you compare them to see what works better for you. One way to jump up to the bridge is to walk with a forward motion towards this broken pole and to make a kind of U-turning jump to land on the pole. It can help to think you have to pass the pole a little and then jump and turn back. If you do it right, you should be standing on this pole now. The next step is to jump in a forward diagonal direction, so that would be forward and to the right. This will basically give you the momentum to jump up the tree, and then you might need a second jump to get all the way up to the top of the bridge here. Here is another demonstration of how a person can jump to reach the bridge. There is one other location you can reach in Palace to make your environmental hard to reach. If you use Skywalk or Demon's Wing and push yourself along this tree, you can slide up the tree and hop on the high branch up top and place your environmental. It is the hardest place to get to, but it also leaves you vulnerable to any number of attacks and hit all moves. Highway has quite a few difficult locations you can place your environmental that are only accessible by special jump skills. With special jump skills, you can hop on these wall parts of the bridge which are unbreakable. There are also signs you can jump on top of too with your special jump skills. This location can be reached with jumps, which may prove difficult for a cartwheeler to reach. This location can be reached with jumps, which may prove difficult for a cartwheeler to reach. This weird little location by the bridge here can be accessed with a special jump skill. You jump up and you kind of land on these little pole things sticking out of the ground. You can place your environmental here. It looks like it's hung, but you can actually land on this location and it's within the level's borders, so it's a valid place to place your environmental. This location has a standing platform. If you place your environmental on this standing platform and then break the debris around the little barriers in the bottom parts of the floor, it will be impossible to access the environmental without a special jump skill. In Panorama, if you jump up to this location and place your environmental and then break the pieces below, all three of them, it appears you will not be able to jump back up it. Breaking it earlier will also prevent others from using it. It is highly recommended that you use either Meister or Gein as jumpers because they can jump against the lockers on these walls and place environmentals. Other jumpers may have trouble getting the environmental down. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but those two jumpers, Meister and Gein, are the ones I'd recommend at this level. There are several signs at this level that you can use Skywalk or Levitate to get up to and place your environmentals. These grounds are unbreakable and therefore a legal location you can place the environmental. The traffic lights you see in the middle of the level can also be landed on with something like Skywalk, and you can place your environmental there. You can place your environmental is up on this high wall. There's this rail against the wall that you can land on with a special jump skill and place it there. It is at the beginning of a match, if you're lucky to spawn at this location, you can jump up on the signs, walk all the way across, and if you make a good jump at just the right At the edge of this sign, you'll be able to jump over to this location and place your environmental. Once you do that, break the one sign that you jumped on to get to it. And if the airlifts below are not spawned at the level, then you have basically come up with a way of making it very hard to get environmental here. You can hop on a barrel here, then hop on the breakable box, and then hop on the unbreakable box. Then break the green box and the barrel, and it won't be accessible without a special jump skill. On lane, there are no breakable parts. However, there is a location that seems inaccessible without a special jump skill. This next location can prove difficult for cartwheelers to reach. However, if you cartwheel and then shoot a projectile off from this location, it can propel you to land on that roof. I also recommend using a jumper like the protagonist, because if you jump at this little cage area, it's easier to jump and get up on the roof there than it is with someone like Meister. On sign, there are no places you can make completely inaccessible to jumpers. There is a location that can be difficult to reach for cartwheelers though. This spot over here can be accessed with jumps. It is not impossible for cartwheelers to access this area. If they take the airlift, shoot a projectile or two, it should propel them to land there.